Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Siboga TV, which is your number one online political channel. Today we are going to have a candid conversation about what is happening in the side of opposition, which actually comprises Rigathi Gachagua, Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, who is the leader of Wiper, Martha Karua, Fred Okengo Matiang'i, and Eugene Wamalwa, and others. So if you look currently at opposition, you can at once say that there is no harmony between the leaders. They don't have a framework on how to speak with each other. And you will find that they look suspicious with each other. They have not actually built what we call teamwork. And that is why we are experiencing what is happening. For example, you have been seeing Rigathi Gachagua actually making himself to look as if he is the bodyguard. He is the head boy of the opposition. And that is why you will find Rigathi Gachagua has been the leader who is trying to tell each other what to do. And Rigathi Gachagua is not coming into realization that all the principles within the opposition side, they are actually equal. They are of the same equivalent. Because Rigathi Gachagua is the leader of DCP. Fred Okengo Matiang'i is also the leader of Jubilee, even if he has not been handed that officially. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka is the leader of Wiper. Martha Karua is the leader of PLP, etc. And that means whenever they meet together, they meet as principals, and they must have a formal way of communicating with each other. But it looks that that is not the case. And that is why you will find Rigathi Gachagua is trying to accuse Fred Okengo Matiang'i, is trying to feel that he is the big boy in the opposition, who is trying to teach Fred Okengo Matiang'i what to do. And that is why immediately Fred Okengo Matiang'i announced that he is going to stop at presidency. Then Rigathi Gachagua ran all the way. And he was actually interviewed in one of the vernacular radio stations. And what he was trying to put across, he was trying to tell Fred Okengo Matiang'i that for you to be among us, you must have a village party or tribal party in nature, so that you can come and be with us in the national table, which is not the case. Because I feel that was disrespectful of Rigathi Gachagua to Fred Okengo Matiang'i, because Fred Okengo Matiang'i is a person who is a grown-up, who knows which party he's going to have. And he knows how he's going to form his party. And nobody should actually have told him what to do. And because of that, there's a big mess. That is why it looks like between those who are following Rigathi Gachagua and those who are following Rigathi, they are in suspicion of each other. And that is why some leaders within the DCP have come out and they have accused Fred Okengo Matiang'i that he is a government operative, that Fred Okengo Matiang'i is actually using Jubilee, which they feel is a party which is friendly to William Samoei Arap Ruto, the person they are saying that they are going to make him to be a one-term president. But that is not really the case. Why Rigathi is trying to accuse Fred Okengo Matiang'i simply is Fred Okengo Matiang'i is becoming popular day in, day out. He is being like a big boy in that group. And he feels that the way Fred Okengo Matiang'i is actually coming up in the political arena is more smarter than the way he came into the political arena. For example, he came with a party which everybody say it's a Mount Kenya party. It's a village party. And he has also always said so. And Fred Okengo Matiang'i feels that for him to come into the Kenyan politics, he must come as a national leader. So there is a lot of wrangles. And another thing which makes me feel that we are having wrangles within the opposition. Sometimes you will find Rigathi Gachagua is showing outlight that he is inclined to the side of what? Of Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. He feels that if in that side there is a person who can go for presidency, then it should be probably Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, if he cannot do that. And also because of the share factor, and also the zoning factor, which doesn't go well in our democratic space. That is also bringing a lot of conflict in the side of what? In the side of opposition. Because we have people, overall we have political parties which want to look big, which want to have people going for elective seats from all parts of the Republic of Kenya. But Rigathi feels that he is a boss. He should control the entire Mount Kenya, and no party within the opposition should actually field a candidate within Mount Kenya. So that is bringing a lot of problem. And what Rigathi is actually not coming to realization that what he is doing, it is making opposition to look bad. And what he's doing is giving William Samoei Arap Ruto a bigger space so that he can win his second term massively. Because now many people are looking at the opposition and they are saying, even if we choose this opposition, what will they bring into the table? And sometimes if you listen to the conversations of Rigathi Gachagua, then sometimes you feel whether if we go to fourth and we will get a person of the likes of Rigathi Gachagua, are we really bringing change in our nation? Because it is obvious that if we want change, then we must have people who think different from others. Because the politics that Rigathi Gachagua is playing is outdated. It's actually old. And that is why some people who are trying to come up with the new politics, like Fred Okengo Matiang'i, they are finding it very difficult. Because Rigathi Gachagua is fixated in the old politics of zoning, in the old politics of tribalism, which is actually making it very difficult for the opposition to move freely. In other words, if they could have a very good framework on how they are going to field candidates here and there, then it will be good. Because it's good actually to look. When they are zoning probably candidates, they should look who is the best. Is it the Jubilee Party candidate who is best, who is acceptable at that particular place? Because you can find a Jubilee candidate very fit and very acceptable, where Rigathi Gachagua is trying to say that I should be left to fill a candidate within this region, which is not the case. So, in the side of opposition, I can actually feel and I can smell it that if this is the way they are going to do things, opposition is going to split probably into 2 or into 3 groups, because it might split where you will find that Fred Okengo Matiang'i can say, I am going alone, or I am forming another coalition, because Fred is already grafting a kind of what? Coalition. And by now, we have around 7 political parties which have come to the side of Fred Okengo Matiang'i. And Fred Okengo Matiang'i may also continue actually encouraging other political parties to move to his side. So you may find that we will have a group which will be led by Fred Okengo Matiang'i, and then we will have another group or coalition which will be led by what? Rigathi Gachagua and probably Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. And also, if Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka will find that he's not going to get what he wants within that coalition, then you may find him going for presidency. Because again, it's very clear, if you look at Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, that he is going for nothing but for the presidency of this nation, without actually opposition coming and sitting together and saying that which kind of framework should we have so that that framework will be acceptable by all, and that framework we will use it so that we can choose among us somebody who is going to step at presidency. And if they will be able to do that, they remain united. They don't throw chaps at one another. They feel that we are one. And also they give more focus to the problems of the people of this republic. Because if also they focus more to the problems of this nation, then you will find that the Kenyans are going to believe them. But now, if you look at Rigathi Gachagua, he always comes out one term. So what? Because you cannot say one term without actually giving a proper explanation, a proper plan, what you will do if you are given leadership in this nation. Because it is not about removing William Samoei Ruto, but it is about having somebody who understands what Kenyans want and going to make sure that he does what the Kenyans want. He makes Kenya to move forward economically, even politically, even in the way we govern ourselves. So that's the kind of leader that the Kenyans want. And that is why even the Gen Z came up and they said clearly, we don't want to have talks, but we want somebody who can eradicate corruption. We want somebody who can bring proper governance of our nation. We want somebody who can take this nation forward. But if you look at the opposition, they are still having rankles within themselves, which makes Kenyans to question them, which makes Kenyans to see them that it could be better if we can have even William Samoei Ruto back. So, ladies and gentlemen, how do you feel the conflicts we are having in the opposition? Please drop your comments in the comment section below. And if this is your first time to bump into this YouTube channel, I request you kindly to take a minute and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Give this video a like, share the video to your friends, and also hit the notification bell whenever you subscribe to this YouTube channel, because by doing that, actually you give YouTube permission so that you can get notified whenever we upload any political content into YouTube. And for those ones who have actually subscribed to our YouTube channel, I say thank you, because you always give us the inspiration to continue coming up with this kind of political analysis. And with that, I say thank you. May God bless you all abundantly until we meet in our next political discussion. Goodbye.